people, and welcome to another Bow Tie Friday, people, and a little bit of 5 micron air guitar, a little bit of filter guitar for you all. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Hope everybody's safe. And Sash, good morning to you.
Good morning, Chris. Coming back at you as well with another filter, so I can't let you be the only one having all the fun.
Exactly. We'll have to filter this episode to make sure everybody gets the right message, Sash.
Talking about filtering, shout out to all those baristas who filter a great cup of coffee, including our patron sponsors, OLEOLOGY, with their in-house cafe. So thank you, OLEOLOGY, for putting up with us every week, sponsoring this show and filtering a fabulous cup of coffee. So anyone who is in the area of Henderson headquarters, down in Western Australia, please feel free to knock on the door and get yourself a cup of coffee.
Sounds like a plan. And Sash, just to let you know, just quietly, that I will be back in town on the 7th of November.
Oh my goodness.
So I'll be obviously down at HQ to get a cup of coffee. So yes, if anybody wants to catch up with me while I'm back, I hope you don't, because I don't want anything to do. However, if you do, yes, coming up, I'll let you know the dates. I'm going to be down at OLEOLOGY anyway, and it'd be great to see some of you. So away we go. All good.
Done. So, excellent. Filters, Chris.
Filters. Sash. So we talked about, you know what I'm like with size, Sash. I do know that size matters, and obviously this is a 20-inch filter, Sash. It's a little bit smaller than what the OLEOLOGY, people at OLEOLOGY use. They normally get into a slightly larger filter than this. However, this particular filter is more of your home filter design, Sash. So this is more of the filter that's used in a dwelling, let's say. So that's this, and this is a 5 micron filter. And I think last time we discussed regen media from OLEOLOGY.
We did.
We discussed some bulk media and how basically you had to take out the larger particles going down to the smaller particles, and we discussed having a particle size distribution test done, which meant that people knew exactly what they had in their water, and then by knowing exactly what they had in their water, then they could design a system, or they could put in place certain aspects of the water treatment to deal with whatever they've got to deal with.
Yeah.
And
that makes a lot of sense when you start then looking at, take out the bigger rocks, in essence, the bigger bits, to protect the finer, more important element, which is getting out the really hard co-contaminants out of the filter.
And look, everything we do in life has an outcome. And unless we know what we want as that outcome, then we can't do what we need to do. You know, you may be hungry, but unless you know what you want to eat, then that hunger is going to stay where it is. Football, for instance, is an analogy. Unless there's sticks at the end of the ground to show everybody the direction in which they're kicking, then they're not going to do anything except run around for 80 minutes looking crazy with an egg-shaped leather ball, right? So same thing with rugby. Unless you know which end you're going to, then it's basically just a game of keep me off, which I've suggested before in another episode. So the point is that you've got to know what you're starting with your water quality, and you've got to know what you want to finish with your water quality. That's the 2 starting points. That's what we need to understand first. Before you go into how much is this, what can we do with that? Have we got the space for that? Keep it simple, people. It's water, right? It's not jet fuel. We're not sending somebody to the moon. We're not organising any of that. It's simple. You've just got water of some degree in cleanliness and you want to get it to a point where it's here so you can use it, or you can drink it, or you can do whatever, you put it back on the land, or you can do whatever you want with it. And you're starting here. So you know what's in it, so you know what to take out. It's that simple.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, why does everybody make it so difficult, Sash? It's
It's baffling. Baffling.
I can do it, people. I understand it. If I can understand it, hello. Oh, crazy.
It's always easy when you know how, Chris. And I suppose as well that it's knowing as well when you're in strife, when you need a helping hand, and it's okay to ask for help.
Absolutely.
That you know who to go to for help.
Yeah.
So this is what we're all about, is helping, and I suppose explaining to people what needs to happen and how you can do it, how you can achieve it in the most effective, efficient way possible.
Yeah, Alan Bond, when he was alive, wonderful Alan, a great supporter of the show when it was happening at the time. He said that you don't have to know everything about something. You've just got to know somebody that knows about what you need to know about, right?
100%.
So obviously you need to get some people that aren't smarter than you, but they're smarter than you in a particular area. They've just got more information in a particular area because they've studied that for longer than you have. So basically what you're doing is you're getting somebody in to help you with the knowledge and the non-fake news, right? To actually give you a helping hand. Right?
Yeah.
So, and it's okay because you're still on the same, forget the egos, forget all the rest of the stuff. I'm sorry, but nobody knows everything. And since I've retired, Sash, that's been a little bit of a thorn in my side, that I've suddenly realised that I haven't known everything. And it's painful, but I'm getting through it.
Good.
Certainly in regards to chickens and buffaloes, I still don't know enough about them. But the point is that I'm learning, and I've got people around me that know about those things, and they're helping me with that situation. So
excellent.
Water is a situation, and you need people like Oleology, certainly Oleology, to come in and give you a hand with that, and to give you information which is pertinent to your particular situation. So we talked about bulk filters, and now we've taken out all the big stuff. We've got to take out the small stuff, Sash, and that's where these bad boys come in.
Sure does. So,
Sash, why have you got a filter that's coloured like that when I've got a white one, Sash? What's going on?
This bad boy, he's called an EB. Purely the colour actually helps all of our operators out in the field know what this filter is and where it needs to go in a certain sequence. I think a lot of people very quickly, and we've spoken about carbon, which is a very common method of treatment, however, can blind very quickly because you've got a cocktail essentially of various co-contaminants. So what we do, utilising a filter like you've got, utilising a filter like this, and then afterwards we use a filter. You can use different ones in a special sequence. That sequence will then help you to systematically remove the co-contaminants down to create a homogeneous mix. Big words, I know, but...
Not sure I understand them, Sash, but that's fine, you do. And that's why you get Oleology involved in your situation, because they understand that. That's the point.
Well, it increases efficiency. Essentially where I'm going is that you're going to increase efficiency, get more life out of your filters, but you're able to target the key contaminants when necessary and achieve that outcome. Like you said, if you want to reuse it, whatever the outcome or discharge criteria is, you can achieve it. So with all of that, and that's purely why as well that I am aware that Oleology also provides consulting services as well for people who don't necessarily understand where they're positioned.
Yep.
Like you said, if you're trying to get from A to B, you know where B is, but you're not really sure where you're starting from, pretty hard for a Google map to tell you the direct route to get from A to B.
Yeah.
So helping out on that front.
Saasha, it's not new, right? Because, I mean, if you've got an issue with your tax or you want to get somebody, you know, somewhere, then you have an accountant. You've got an accountant on staff, right? If you get sick, you've got a doctor that you go to and you pay your doctor to help you with whatever it is that you're ailing. You know, you've got your financial advisor if you've got one of those. And the idea is that you tell your financial advisor where you want to be and they tell you that you're stupid because you haven't got enough money to do that. And you tell them, but you'd like to do that. And maybe that's just my personal story. But the point is that you have somebody to give you a hand with that. So it's nothing new. You know, you don't service the car generally yourself. You take it down to a dealership and you've got people that you pay to do that. So this is just another one of those. You've got a situation with your water that you want to get clean. So you take it to somebody that can fix it for you. That's the point, right? Don't make it any bigger than what it needs to be. It's not. It's simple, people. The old KISS process. Keep it simple. Someone. So you need to do that, right? But there you go. So, Sash, you basically treat your water, you go through your bulk media, depending on how many of those, how high they are, how big they are, whatever that is, you sort that out. So it goes through the bulk media, then it goes through a bunch of these to clean the water up and do what it needs to do. And then it comes out the end the way that it should come out the end in the condition that you want to use it.
Absolutely.
Right.
And like you said, we've got the KISS principle.
Yeah.
Keeping it simple. You can tweak the technology as well, which comes into the specialty of the team and making sure that it is fit for purpose. Like it is fit because everyone's got different applications.
Yeah.
So what works really great for a mining client would be different to someone in the oil and gas industry.
Correct.
Just happens like that.
Correct.
So you tweak the technology and you pick one over the other or whatever the sequence is. If you want to change the recipe.
The beauty about this technology too, let me just say, is that because you're running a bank of these, so several different types or what have you, the beauty is that the actual infrastructure doesn't change. But what can change is your filters that you put into that infrastructure. So the beauty about that is that you can tweak once you've actually designed the system, depending on what type of water's coming through, and if that changes, you can actually on the fly, if you want to, you can change the configuration of these little bad boys and girls in the actual housings themselves to then give you the better outcome at the end of the day. So
that is an excellent point. Yes.
That part I like. So it's not fixed. So your technology's fixed. Your technology does what it needs to do. So a filter like this one will do what it does. However, if this one isn't doing what it needs to do because of the situation and where it's been placed in the system, you can then change these to another one to do a different job if that's required. So
absolutely
very good and flexible. So Sash, wonderful. Bottom line, talk to OLEOLOGY about all your water treatment needs. Wonderful people, support this channel immensely and we thank them for that. And get in touch with them. So the details are below or up in the corner or somewhere with these videos. I never quite know exactly what's going on. And that just goes to prove that if I can find out a little bit over a period of time about water treatment, you can too. So get involved.
You got it.
Get happening. Be a part of the solution, not the problem. Yes. So with that, I wish you all a safe and happy day. I wish you all a safe and happy weekend. Sash, happy and safe weekend.
You too, Chris.
And Sash, sign us off, Sash. What do we normally say?
Stay well.
Stay well.
Stay happy.
Stay happy, Australia.
And value your time.